back. Glad to be doing another video. Hope you guys have been enjoying my videos thus far over this first quarter of the year. I just kind of wanted to do a video of my March pickups. I had so many pickups that came in, a little bit more than the month started off kind of slow, and then it gradually picked up and things started to happen a little bit better for me. I found some good deals and stuff like that, and now I've been trying to just buy things in bulk instead of buying one game, unless the game is something that I've actually been looking forward to or seen a couple times and thought to myself, I want to add that to my collection. But I did manage to pick up a large majority of games that I've been wanting to get, and so some of the games I've been wanting to get, some of the games I just happened to get on a sale, and then some games that was kind of hitting in the cracks that I thought was pretty cool, that I'm pretty pumped about adding to my collection. Well, first of all, I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone who's been supporting my channel through the ups and downs and the new changes, the podcast, the response on my videos, the comments and stuff like that, and being able to do my second video of questions and stuff like that, question and answer video. I'm hoping to do more for the future. Want to keep doing that and make that a new thing. I want to see how that turns out. But anyway, just shout out to new subscribers, everybody that's been listening. Just continue to retweet and post as much as you can. Tell others about my channel that don't happen to know. That's how the YouTube community works out. The retro/video game community is working out for us thus far. And that's really benefiting me a lot by people just getting the word out. Even though I'm a small channel, I'm seeing things gradually going on. Currently, I think I'm at 350. My goal this year is to hit 500 subscribers. So I got 150 left to go, and trying to keep it going. And anyway, enough of the rambling. I was trying to sort them out according to my deals that I got. First of all, first game that I got, that I actually got, these first few bulk of games that I got, they were $1. I happened to walk into the pawn shop, and anytime you see a bunch of games next to the DVDs, you might be in for a good deal. So I would always suggest that you look and just make sure that you check everything out and ask on the price, and always do the bulk thing. But let me see. Actually, I'm looking at this game here. Wow. Okay. So this one had 2 in it too. Okay. My boy Corey and I, we was talking about those hidden gems, and then sometimes the 2 for 1 kind of thing, like with my my Metroid Prime and the Echoes game that was already in there. It came 2 and 4. I got 2 games for the price of 1. I actually have another game that I got for my Xbox, but this game, I just now looked at it because I flipped the cover over and I looked to the back. What was kind of cool is that it's got 2 covers, but it's also got 2 books to it. So that was the clear indication. The game that I was interested in and getting, that I was really happy about, was Sega G2 GT 2002. But if you flip it on the back, it says the Jet Set Radio Future. And I actually seen this on one of my boys' channel, man. I think my boy Dave was advertising it. So on the back, you see this game. But then, if you open it up, you got 2 booklets. So you got your Sega GT 2002, and then you got your Jet Set book here too. Well, what's cool is that you got 2 games on one disc, which is pretty cool. I like those because they're not easy to find. Some people are starting to come across them a little bit more often. I myself don't come across them too often, but when I do, I'm excited. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that. I'll probably play that later. But yeah, it'll kind of lead me into one of the games that I'm playing right now. This I just happened to stumble on, and I couldn't get the price tag off, but I actually only paid $1 for it. It was called Pool Paradise, and I used to play pool a lot at the Boys and Girls Club, like a little after school place to go to when you're in inner city, kind of keep you from being out in the streets. You got a lot of mentors and stuff, and that's pretty cool. So I only paid $1. I wanted to get the tag off. Probably figure out something, look it up how to get the labels off without tearing it, because I hate that little tear. That's why most times I keep my labels on if they don't easily peel off. But yeah, this one came for the GameCube, and it did come complete. So I'm happy about that. I like having the book, even though 9% of the time I don't read the book, but it's just something about opening that flap and seeing a book in there. Get excited about that. Another game that I got for the Xbox was Scooby-Doo Nights of the 100 Frights. And this one looks like it went to, came from a store called Hollywood Video, old movie store. Movie, video, DVDs, video games, all kinds of little stuff. And you could rent the stuff out, but the locations down here, they've closed out. I don't know about other locations. Last time I heard, they kind of went digital with some stuff, and they had a smaller condensed thing going on. Next game I got was Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Look, I'm just double checking to see if there's another game in there. So I got that. And then I got Amped, the freestyle snowboarding. And I'm actually into these snowboarding games. And I can feel the heaviness of this when this is complete, which I'm pretty pumped about. Let's see. And then the next game I got, I started playing this a little bit because I'm actually getting into the Magic kind of games and stuff like that. Power-ups, RPG, all kinds of stuff. But this one's called Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds. And I can already feel this one. This is not complete. But I'm pretty pumped about this one. I played a little bit of it. It's going to take a little bit of time. I usually try to give games a few hours before I just declare them a bust and just say no to them altogether before I do that. The next game I got was Sonic Heroes. I think I had this one, and I think the case was damaged and it was all scratched up, and so I said no to it. And this one actually is in really good condition, and this one is complete. So I'm glad to add this to my collection. I'm actually into the Sonic games. I actually enjoy them very much. This is a game I really, really was pumped about. The case is in terrible condition, but the good thing, much like I was showing you in my collection videos, is that I have a bunch of extra cases. So what I do is I just slide the label out by doing like this and take the paper out and I slide them in, because most times I take empty DVD cases or empty game cases. But the game is The Suffering, The Ties That Bind. This is a really, really good horror kind of adventure single player game. I had this for the PC. I never played part 1. Didn't know there was a different part. I didn't know there was one that was called just The Suffering. But this one is Suffering, The Ties That Bind. And this dude turns into like this badass monster, and all kinds of nails and all kinds of stuff emerge out of his body for a certain period of time. I'm trying to remember everything about this game because I used to play it like constantly. This was like one of my favorite PC games that I played. So glad to have that. This one I just stumbled on right in the midst of a few things. Star Wars Episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith for the PS2. And I'm pretty pumped about that. Glad to have that in the collection, and it is complete. This one, I had one of the games for my 3DS XL. It was Full Metal Alchemist. I forgot which one I had, but this is the one I got is Full Metal Alchemist and the Broken Angel. Pretty cool RPG. Storyline's real funny. It's got the anime, JRPG thing going on. You start out in the train, and the guy name is Edward. Dang, I'm meeting a lot of Edwards. But this guy is really good, the storyline is really good on this game. The gameplay is really fun. I started playing it last weekend, and I really enjoyed it. And of course, it's from Square Enix, so you already know that the graphics are going to be superb. Square Enix, Squaresoft, you can count on those guys. They're, like Capcom. For the most part, you really can count on it. And I really am enjoying this, and I'm having a good time with this. And like I said, I only paid $1 for it. So I was happy about that. A game I've been looking for, and to me personally is the best out of the series, because I've had all of them pretty much at this point, except for I think some of the first ones and maybe some that came out on handhelds and stuff. But this is Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, a really, really good game. The prince, he returns home from his journey. I had Sands of Time. Well, I do got Sands of Time, and I have Warrior Within, and I hated Warrior Within. I couldn't stand that freaking. Oh, that game is terrible. But this is a really good game. It's got a lot of action in it. It's got good storytelling to it. Very interactive. The CGI on the cutscenes is phenomenal. He basically returns home to find his kingdom destroyed and trying to save the princess, the whole save the damsel in distress. But this is really good because why it's tied between two thrones, because he's so tied to the sands that it becomes a part of him. What actually happens is they try to not persecute, but sacrifice. That's it. They try to sacrifice a princess, and her spirit enters him. Part of her spirit, like this old transcending spirit. But if you look close, you can see his body is split in half, and it is so freaking badass. And you see this chain wrapped around him. It wraps around his arms, kind of like one of my favorite characters, Kratos from God of War. And yeah, so this is a really good game, and it's by Ubisoft, another trustworthy company. Paid $1 for it, complete. This was one of the games I was talking about, and it didn't come complete. It don't have the book in it, but it does have the double game situation. And yet again, Corey, I found another one. I know, I'm kind of surprised. I only paid $1 for it, and it was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I'm not really into these Star Wars games, but I have a lot of them. I mostly get them from my nephew because he is a big Star Wars fan. I'm not into the Star Wars, Star Trek, none of that. I actually like the new movies that have come out, the ones that have just came out like maybe over the last 2-3 years or something like that. But if you flip it on the other side, it's got Tetris Worlds, which is pretty awesome. It's doing the whole split disc thing. Here is Dead or Alive 3 for the Xbox. And actually, I couldn't figure out if I had already had Dead or Alive. But I was trying to figure out which one I had. And turns out I already have this game. So this is going to go in my duplicate little section. I don't know if I'll probably just give it away or something like that. Considering the fact that I already got the game. And it did come complete. And actually, I saw 2 copies. One was really busted. So I'm going to actually compare it to the one that I have, because I know that there's been times in the past where I've gotten games and then the game case or the game itself is worse than the one that I got. And then I end up finding one later on that actually turns out to be pretty good. The next game I got, I actually paid like $5 for. I'm going to actually put it in a different case, because it was... it was the Assassin's Creed 3, but it was split because the game was so large they had to put it on 2 discs. So it says the GameStop edition, but I don't like the case because it's all big and bulky. So I'm going to use one of my additional cases that I got and just take it out and put it in there, and that'll end up working out better for me in the long run, because I like games that fit. Now, the next game I got, I actually passed on this one several times just because I think the price every time I saw it was too high for me, and I just didn't want to get it. And plus, I hadn't read enough on it, hadn't seen enough videos, but started doing a little research, and sat there for a little while and watched the videos about it, and it was only like $8. So I decided to get it, and that's Dreamfall, The Longest Journey. Not even realizing that the game was actually this was a sequel to the PC version. This came out on the PC and the Xbox only. But this game is phenomenal. Their starring character on this is Zoe. She basically lives in this other country. I can't, by her accent and stuff, it seemed like she's from India or something like that. And just the culture and everything, the atmosphere. It's kind of got a little bit of RPG, but it's like a movie. It's a decision-making type of video game. It was marked as one of the best games that came out that year. It is phenomenal. I am already in depth. It's very deep, it's very detailed. There's a lot of storyline to this game. So if you like games that give you a lot of story to go by, pretty much at this point of the game, I'm Zoe. I'm pretty much Zoe, who's trying to help out her friend named Riza, and shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. But anyway, she is basically running an errand for him. She goes to get this package, and it turns out to be like a streamline of events that are tied in, kind of like a suspense thriller kind of situation goes on. Because there's people that's trying to go after him, and because she's going after this package, there's people coming after her, and now she's traveling all around the world searching for him. It's all kinds of mixture of events, but this is a badass game. I recommend by all accounts, if you have an Xbox or a PC, get this game. And that's actually the game I'm currently playing right now. Now another game that I got, didn't even know it was for the 64, and it actually turned out to be the original to one of my favorite sequel games that I didn't even know was a sequel, and it's Shadow Man for the N64. Time on this game so far, well, not on this game, the second coming. They said that it was better. The first one was better. I've gotten mixed reviews, so I want to see which one is actually better. So I'm gonna see it. And then actually, when I started playing it, it was sort of familiar to the same one. Or to the sequel. The line of events and the storyline, the gameplay, or I should say the setting of the game seemed like it's in the same place. So I'll see. Next game I got, I couldn't resist picking up, but this game turned out to be a ball buster. It's really fun, but there are challenges to it, so I'm going to have to dive in a little bit more. I'm glad to add it to my collection. It's called Journey to Silas for the NES, because I love adding games to my NES, ones that are actually really good. And it came in really good, decent condition. I paid a little bit of money for that one. And then the next game I got was Gauntlet, and this game was horrible. I love Gauntlet, the one for the arcade, and then I guess the later gen versions, maybe like the Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo. And I think I remember playing it on other systems. I can't recall, but the one on NES, the visuals just look bad. But it's fun though, still. If you remember Gauntlet. Now, a game that I've been waiting, oh my God, I've been anticipating and finally got, and I got it at a decent price. I ordered it, and the person I ordered this from, I had ordered it on a Friday, like a while back, probably about a month ago. And that Monday, I got it. And they sent it like that. They sent it right away, immediately. This is one of the games for the TurboGrafx-16, the Legendary Axe. Man, this is probably one of my favorite games off of the TurboGrafx-16. I love this game to death. It stars with this character. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce his name. But basically, he's trying to save a good friend of his or a girlfriend or something like that. The whole adventure game. But the storyline, the music, everything, all the nostalgic memories just come rushing back in. I was so excited when I started playing the game. I still can't even believe I have this back in my collection again, because it just meant that much to me. It was a pretty impressive game. I'm gonna show you the case on the inside. That's how it looks. And then you got your Hue card with the nice little plastic right here. So you got your plastic right there. Got your little plastic sleeve to keep it in good condition, and this little holder. So it's a really good game, man. Can't even begin to speak on it, but just I'm so glad to have it in my collection. I went to the pawn shop or actually to a thrift store, and I found a Toy Commander for the Dreamcast. It looked like this is just not necessarily factory sealed. This looks more sealed by the store, but looks to be a pretty good game. I've heard pretty good things about it, so I'm pumped about it. Sega game, of course, so I can't wait to play it. Glad to add another game to my Sega Genesis or Sega Dreamcast. This game I had before, but I sold it off, and I tend to do that. Like with my last gen, I did that a lot. My PS3 games, 360, but now I'm looking to add games and not take away anymore, especially with the last gen being over. Now we got the PS4 and the Xbox One. It's NBA 2K12. What's significant about this one, the reason why I wanted this one so bad is because it got the legendary heroes, and it tells a storyline of each character or each basketball player, like it goes in history of their time, and it actually takes the court back to the basketball courts back to that time, whatever it was, if it was the 60s, 70s, or 80s. Even the style, the coloring, and everything, they get it down to a T. So it's really, really cool. So one of the versions that they actually got right to me. So I would suggest picking this up. And the next game I got, I actually spent about $5 for it. Trying to get some of this off. I might switch this case out too, because it got the stupid paper on there. It's BioShock. I don't know anybody that haven't played this game that didn't enjoy this game. It's really, really a good game. After the Rapture, kind of makes you think about politics, religion, and everything. What would the world be like if we were undersea? So I would suggest you pick this up. First person shooter, probably one of the best shooters that I've played in years, and I love it and can't get enough of it. This is actually another little, this is a pop cap game. It's got Bejeweled too, and then can't even Crystal Pop. It's a bunch of Jewel games and stuff like that. Some of the old school games I used to play from the back. But it's called Pop-Up Hits or Pop Cup Hits Volume 1. So it's got a bunch of games on there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this because I actually enjoy these games. You know, sometimes you just need to digress. Like when I play my Tetris games and stuff like that, just being able to do something different. You know, it ain't always about accomplishing the first, second, third level and stuff like that. So it's a really good game. So I had to pick that up. Now these next few games I paid like $1 or $2 for. First game I got was Dead or Alive. I actually got this from the thrift store. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volley. I just got it because of the cover. I thought it was hilarious to me, so picked it up. And I think I saw the Game Shed. I think I saw them playing it one day. I think their name is Mike and something else. I always hear them say their name, and I guess I don't even be really paying attention. I'm too busy laughing at their commentary or their multiple playing games or whatever, multi-playing games. So yeah, this is a pretty good game. Game I didn't even know existed on the Xbox, and I guess it must have been on the PS2 because they don't say only or Xbox only. It's Fight Club. I love the movie, so I'll say why not get the game? But most time movie games suck. Now I had this game for my 360, but I traded it in a couple years ago, and that's Gears of War 2. Really good game. Picks up right where they left off, go underground and everything, and I loved it. I love the new guns, the new blades, chainsaws and stuff like that. And if you look close, you can actually see how much I paid for that. Yeah, $1. That's right. Yeah, it was in one of the bins or something like that at GameStop. So now my last game that I have here that I was glad to get, and I was surprised to see. And at first I thought it was Final Fantasy 7, but it turned out to be Final Fantasy 8. But I think my boy Enjoy from Feel Good Inc. I think he told me because I asked him, because this was like when I was still learning about RPGs and trying to find out which one is the best Final Fantasy. And if anybody that I can ask, I was going to ask Ejas, because this dude is like a Final Fantasy freak. That's how I got turned on to their channel. I think he started playing. I think this was one of the first games he played was Final Fantasy VIII, and I just happened to find it for the PC for $2. I just happened to go through there, and then I checked, make sure all the discs are in there and all of this in there. You got your install disc in the middle, you got your book and everything. So I'm gonna load this up to my laptop, and whenever I get a little downtime, I'll play that when people are using all the TVs in the house. This will give me opportunity to play something else, and I'm pretty pumped about it. I found it for a couple dollars, so I'm glad. Hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. But other than that, I'm currently playing Banjo and Kazooie. I'm trying to finish up Strider. Man, I missed like almost 2 weeks of not playing it because people have been occupying the TV in the living room where the PS3 is at. I just played it yesterday, and I think I'm about done. I think I beat the dragon again for the third or fourth time. I don't even know. So yeah, I'm getting at the end because I can see all his powers are powering up, and I pretty much have found everything that you need to find in the game. So I'm pretty much done with that. And I'm in the middle of playing Dreamfall. I'm diving in on that. I might pick up Prototype 2 and start playing that. I don't know. I got a whole bunch of games that's on my shelf, and just need to play them all if I can. But other than that, I'm Lifespiller79. Tell me how your life is a gamer. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.